Hello guys, I am Furkan from Bilkent University CS department. Today I'm gonna present my Physics 101 final project report. My topic is observing the behavior of objects with different materials and masses under different height values in free fall motion. So the materials to be used: mobile phone, ruler, timer, one plastic object, two wooden objects, and experimental setup. There are 4 formulas that I used in my experiment. So the process: in first part, the wooden object, which I call M1, which is 18.79 gram, will be released from a height of 60 centimeter and measure the time it takes to reach the ground. Then I will release the other wooden object, which I call N2, which is 85 gram, from the same height and measure the time it takes to reach the ground.
Okay.
This is the time mass graph of the two different wooden objects. So the time is measured by using timer, and also theoretical time is calculated by using the equation 3.18. In second part, the wooden object will be released from a height of 60 centimeters and measure the time it takes to reach the ground.
Okay.
Then I will release the other plastic object with same mass from the same height and measure the time it takes to reach the ground. So this is the time material graph of a plastic and wooden object. The time is measured by using timer, and also theoretical time is calculated by using equation 3.17 again. In third part, the height value will be changed from 60 centimeter to 30 centimeter, and first and second part will be repeated.
Başla. Başla. Başla.
That these are the two graphs of the result of third part. One of them is time mass graph. And other one is time material graph. The time is measured by using timer, and also theoretical time is calculated by using equation 3.17. I will record the data, time data, that obtained while doing this experiment in the form of 3 separate columns for 85 gram wooden object, 18.79 gram wooden object, and 85 gram plastic object, and 2 separate columns for 60 and 30 centimeter H values. This is the table of it. After that, I will calculate the error percentage between experimental time values and the theoretical time values for each different mass, height, and materials. Every analysis of experiment. Under ideal conditions, the experiment takes place in a completely vacuumed environment where air resistance does not exist. Also, the wooden object and plastic object must not be corroded. However, the experimental value that I found as a result of the system with air resistance turned out to be different from the theoretical values. In the first section, where height is 60 centimeter, when a wooden object with 85 gram used, the error rate is 34.15%. When a wooden object with 18.79 gram used, the error rate is 39.88. When a plastic object with 85 gram used, the error rate is 16.96. In the second part, where height is 30 centimeter, a wooden object with 85 gram used, the error margin is 27.36. When a wooden object with 18.79 gram used, the error margin is 31.41. When a plastic object with 85 gram used, the error margin is 33.31. Conclusion of my experiment. In the experiment, the margins of error were not very high, but as a result of both the not ideal conditions and the measurement errors that I have made, I achieved a small margin of errors. If I had measured the variables, which are mass of objects, the flight time, and the two different height values more accurately, the values that I found would have been more closer to the theoretical value, and thus I could have obtained lower margins of errors. So this is end of my experiment presentation. Thank you all for listening.